Hey guys, welcome back to the Back to the Future Advent Calendar by Playmobil. Sorry it's been so long since the last video, but wind down the holidays and New Year's and everything like that. I hope you all had a happy New Year, and I hope we all continue to have a better 2021 than we did last year. So I figured we'd just kind of do a quick-ish review of the Advent Calendar set. Now, personally, I was that's the little wires hanging out. Sorry. I was a little skeptical about Playmobil doing a Back to the Future license because Playmobil is geared to 7 and unders usually. But this licensing is obviously done with love and care and attention to detail. I am blown away by the amount of detail in these little guys, and looking at their website, I definitely, when it's available, want to buy the DeLorean. It is currently sold out. And I thought, the characters that you get with the DeLorean set would be duplicates of the ones that we get in this set. And that is not the case. The DeLorean set, you get the plutonium box and Doc, a different Doc, and Marty with his red vest, and you get an Einstein plus the car and the connecting pole for the flux capacitor. And same with the other set. They have a 1955 Marty for the Enchantment Under the Sea dance. I almost called it the Fish Under the Sea dance again. And different 1955 Doc. So they're definitely not duplicates. So if you are a fan, I highly recommend this set. Again, they have not paid me to do this. I figure we just go through, not necessarily in date order, but just what I have laying about here in order that I have. So first is 1985 Marty, as he appeared when he walked into Doc Brown's house at the beginning of the movie. You have the aviator glasses, which I hated, and I'm glad he took off like 2 minutes into the movie. You have his jean jacket and jeans with the sleeves. No red vest because he didn't wear it until he went to Twin Pines Mall. You can see here it's got the little badge, the little button that he wears. In focus, there we go. And then we have Marty's guitar, which, while not a faithful recreation of the guitar, it is definitely pretty close to the one that he uses for his audition, where Huey Lewis tells him he's too loud. So that's pretty good. This is a rubber strap, so it does stretch a bit, which is good. This is all pretty good articulation for a Playmobil set. Hand doesn't turn, but the body does. All the figures do. And they have the arms and the head. So that's pretty good. Next up, we have Jennifer Parker, Marty's girlfriend. This is the Claudia Wells version, not the Elizabeth Shue version. They don't have a different version, but this is obviously the original. So her bag, her notebook, her pink jacket with the flower vest underneath. Again, good attention to detail. We have, it's just the copyright on the back. That's about it. Pop collar, because 80s. Next up, we have the park bench, which is one piece. Didn't need to put that together. Next up, we have Doc in his radiation suit. Sans helmet, because I have the helmet separate. We have Doc's toolkit. I think this is supposed to, I thought it was his Walkman, but Marty's Walkman, but it actually is supposed to be his control clock. We have the 2 watches, one on each wrist, pocket protector with all this fun little gear, and then we have the helmet itself, which I like the transparent window, and that it can be stuck on the head. Just, there we go. And there we go. Little Doc. Pretty cool. Next up, we have, I have 1955 Biff, Angry Biff, because, you know, Biff. This was, again, one piece. Again, articulation for the hands and the arms and the legs. That's it for Biff. We next up, this is 1955 Marty, Sans Vest. This is how he appeared, I believe, at the middle of the movie. And there is a little jacket that does not appear to come off, but I think with some effort I could actually pull it off, but I'm not going to because it's pretty cool. That's all there is for 1955 Marty. Got his jeans. Pretty nice. Next up we have Radiation Suit Marty. I'm going to take the little bits out. We can look at those separately. So as you can see, and apologies for the if you hear some loud noises, my upstairs neighbors are quite loud. Yeah, so Radiation Suit Marty, pretty good. I love the gloves. Very neat how they did that. We have the hair dryer that he wore when he appeared as Darth Vader from an extraterrestrial from the planet Vulcan, when he scared his dad in 1955. Next up, we have the JVC camera. There we go. Pretty neat. Now, obviously, no JVC branding because licensing, but this is a very good recreation of that, and we can put it in Marty's little hand. If I can snap it in there. And then Marty also has his radiation helmet, same as Doc, although this one goes on slightly better. Hello. Next up, what do we have? Oh, we have the Lone Pine Mall or the Twin Pines Mall. Now, again, attention to detail here. First of all, the Lone Pine Mall, then the Twin Pines Mall. If you haven't noticed, that's how it is in the movie. Because Marty drove over Peabody's Twin Pines at the beginning of the movie and only had a Lone Pine, so hence Lone Pine Mall. But also notice the time display. 1:16 a.m. That is when Marty met Doc for the first time and saw the DeLorean at the beginning of the movie. However, Marty went back to the future, quote unquote, and when he arrived, he had to run from Hill Valley Town Square to Lone Pine Mall, and that took some time. And the display is now 1:34 a.m. because Marty's always late. So again, good attention to detail. Not much to say about this, although they did a really good job with the sign. Saturday Night Dance, Enchantment Under the Sea, Be There or Be Square. Not much to say about it. It does have a little hinged back, so you can stand it up. Hard to do through a viewfinder here. Next up we have the makeshift wooden skateboard that Marty made. What else we have? Oh, yeah, now we have the small little accessories. We have the letter. Let me see that here. Focus. Focus. There we go. So I did a little closer examination of this because, of course, I did. And this is the full letter from Marty to Doc. That's pretty neat. And then we have the envelope that the letter would go in. Lou's Cafe, a little smeared there, but again, attention to detail. The handwriting is exactly the same. Speaking of attention to detail, the Save the Clock Tower flyer. Marty gives the lady a quarter. Gets the flyer. Please make donations to the Hill Valley Preservation Society. And then we have the comic book of Darth Vader. I believe it was called science fiction magazine or something like that. I can't remember. But pretty neat. And there's Marty as Darth Vader on the front cover. Nothing on the back. Then we have the out-of-time license plate that flew off the DeLorean at the beginning of the movie. Very neat. We have the amplifier that Marty hooks up to, and there was a slight possibility of overload. Again, attention to detail. We can get it here. That is the newspaper article Doc has hanging up on the wall above his bed. We have the overdrive adjust. It's pretty neat. Nothing on the other side. These stickers are pretty good, so you do want to lay them on fairly well. Last up, we have 1955 Doc, as he appears at the end of the movie. We all saw him sliding down the wire in my last video. Again, good articulation. They got the hair right, the eyebrows. Pretty neat, pretty good. I'm quite happy with this. Now, a couple of things. Let's move over here. I'm just going to pan it a bit. Excuse for the jumpiness. The Hill Valley play set here, if you can call it that, display stand, went together okay. Now, it does require a bit of, shall we say, jump cut due to technical issues. As I was saying, it does go together, not badly. It does require a bit of creative use of folds and some tape. The instructions are not super clear. They do say, like, you know, this tab goes into this slot, but they don't tell you which way to fold the tab. And sometimes you end up with a nice little straight edge, and sometimes you end up with like this, and sometimes it doesn't actually stay in because of the folds. So they did a really good job at making it look three-dimensional. It's a quality product. There's no doubt about it. It does hold the weight of the character on the clock tower, so that's good. And again, it's not bad, but it's just a display stand. I like it. It faithfully recreates Hill Valley Courthouse, which is what you want. But again, it doesn't quite stay together. Now, I know I'm not the best at putting these things together. However, again, the instructions are not super clear in what they want you to do with certain pieces. And following, you know, step 1 and then step 2, and then you got to skip to step 5 and then come back to step 3 and step 4 for the other pieces is a little confusing. Again, I know the target audience is the over 30s, the over 40s, but again, this is also for children, so people are going to have a hard time putting this together. I've seen a couple of other sets on some other YouTube videos where theirs are a little bit straighter, but they also use some glue and some tape. I wasn't planning on doing that, but it's a pretty good set nonetheless. Well worth the money. Definitely buy again. I highly recommend buying it. This set, it's fantastic. I cannot believe how good it is. And that is the end of the video. So click like if you like this video. Click subscribe if you really liked it. Share and tell your friends. Put in the comments down below what kind of video you would like to see on this channel. And we'll see what we can do. I have a couple of ideas, but I'd like to hear what you guys think. So again, thanks for watching, and I will see you in the future.